All right. Good morning, everybody. We're here with, we got people still joining in here. It's the morning. It's around 11:30, 11:40 here at University School, and it's Monday, April 7th. And this is our next in our virtual conversation with a graduate or an alum parent. And this is Will Courtney, our first 10-year society member, which means he went to school 3rd through 12th grade. And this was a great, it seems silly at first, but you were so strong-minded. Like, Will would tell me in like 4th and 5th grade, I'm going all the way. I'm gonna be the first person to go all 10 years. And like, you totally made it true. And I remember writing that back to you and talking about it when you were in the upper school. And you navigated some interesting times. I mean, you had some really great times at university school, but then you also graduated during the pandemic, which I'm so sorry about that. But you are so resilient and strong, and we're proud of you, and we're glad that here you are, a senior in Western Tennessee, and been putting up with a lot of rain the last couple of days as we've been watching in morning meeting. But I'm going to turn it over to you to do your thing, and then we'll have some time for questions. But really, really means a lot that you're here talking to us today. Well, go for it.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to be here. Memphis is fine. There was a lot of flooding. I think we got like about 12 inches of rain, so it was a lot, but everyone's all right. Um, and yeah, no, like I think I'm really glad that I went from 3rd to 12th grade. I guess somehow back then I knew that I was, which is surprising, but also very cool. I think me and Jack held each other a little accountable. But it was just a great atmosphere. It wasn't a hard decision in any way. So I guess I'm not surprised at the end of the day. But yeah, that transition from high school into college is always really tricky. I haven't really met anyone who thinks that it was good. Like it's fun to be away from what you've known and have all that independence, but like you see plenty of people falter when it comes to having that much independence. Like there's a lot of kids who don't really know how to act, and it's kind of unfortunate. But I felt like I was one of those people who, while I did struggle at points because that's natural, had like this really easy ability to get that into independence. And I kind of credit that in some ways with the trips that we've been on, like getting out into Toronto. And as much as I wish we had gone to Germany, if it had not been for the pandemic, but going out to Toronto is different. It was being away from everything I had known. Even San Francisco, like it's just a different environment. And like those early on kind of taught me how to be away from family and be in a foreign environment, but kind of adapt. And Memphis was really far away from Charleston, and I was very homesick, but I was able to make friends really quick. And I absolutely would say that's because of the social skills I was picking up while at USL. Like I had no problem going up to different people and talking to them and then telling them about myself and being like, well, tell me about yourself. Like, what are you interested in? What are you going to major in? Like, where are you from? And I was able to make a lot of friends right off the get-go. And like a lot of the friends that you make, or at least people tell me when I was when they what they would tell me when I was a freshman was that the friends you make like your first semester will not be your friends like till the end. But every friend I made my first semester of freshman year is like my really good friends now. Like every single one of my roommates. One of them was my roommate freshman year. One of them lived right next to me. And like that's because we made these really tight bonds very early on. And I was able to like find those people. I was able to go and talk to a lot of these people and find the ones that really resonate with me. Which is like a skill that I don't know, I picked up on at some point at USL and like would be remiss without it. Like it's just incredibly necessary. Another thing is like I did a lot of research, I guess, on like I did a lot of prep, I guess, for like every class I was gonna do. I would always research the professor. I kind of got out of that habit towards like junior year because I knew the professors at that point. But freshman year, like my friends would make fun of me for it because I would like go up to some random administrator who I'd never talked to, and I'd be like, Doctor, like Wyatt, like you went to like the University of Florida, right? And like you got a PhD in this, like that's so cool, like that's so interesting. Like I'm interested in this, and like it's similar in that way. And they would be like, yeah, like this is I would have like these amazing conversations with these people who had never met me before. But like Dan would be like a mentor of mine for the next like 3 years here. And like my friends would always make fun of me after class. I would shake the professor's hand on the first day of class, introduce myself, and like share some kind of in common thing. I was like, oh, I saw you're from like Charleston, West Virginia. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. And like it's dumb things. Like maybe that doesn't mean much, but like the professors like that. And like they enjoy those little small grounds and like that attempt, especially as a freshman. So like I entered into freshman year in a completely different territory, like just a new world is what it seemed like. I didn't have a beach. I didn't have my family. I didn't have my friends that I'd grown up with. And I was like, I was sad. I missed all those people, but I was able to like very quickly make this support system with my professors, with faculty, with my new friends. And that was amazing. And then classes and academics weren't as hard as I thought they were going to be. And I think that's also because I'd done it before. I had taken classes at College of Charleston. I had seen how college students have all this freedom and they can easily, use that freedom to do poorly in classes, especially how I saw at Rhodes. You would have plenty of kids who never studied and were just fine with getting a B minus, which is fine. Like if you're not, some people don't need that necessarily. They don't need to get all A's throughout college if you're not looking for, maybe law or med school, but a lot of people here are. And then you also saw the people who didn't study at all and would get A's. But I also knew what I needed to do, and that was I needed to study a lot. I needed to put a lot of time and dedication into what I was working on, and I was able to do well in classes. There were tricky times where it was harder than I thought, but I think I did a lot better when compared to my peers. Also because it's way easier to do better in academics if you're not like super sad and have no friends. Like that sounds bad, but like I was able to like make these friends in the support system like I was talking about and like was able to do better in academics because of it. And that's just all things that I would credit to USL, those social skills, that comfort and courtesy around authority. Um, just the experiences I picked up, whether that was on the middle school trip or the upper school trips, or I don't know, the academics at USL and at CFC. So yeah, I mean, like I think that's kind of what you want me to talk a little bit more about, like my college experience, and I'm happy to answer like any questions about like that transition or like things I've done in college maybe that I don't know USL prepared me for, just questions y'all might have about college in general.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, I think that the students who are here are happy to ask questions however you want to do it, and we'll just run from there. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone has any questions, I can talk about other things as well. If no one has any questions. I guess like advice that I would give in general is like when I first got to Rhodes, I didn't really want to go to Rhodes. I was planning on transferring, which can make it hard. I was planning on transferring because I wanted to go to the like originally I wanted to go to the Naval Academy really badly. And when I first got to Rhodes, I was like, I didn't get into the college that I really wanted to go to, but I made sure to lean into everything that I could. So like I joined a fraternity immediately, which helped a lot. I ran for every position that I could. So I ran for the student senate, ran for honor council, ran for our allocations board, and then I got onto senate and honor council, and then I fell in love with it and decided that I didn't want to transfer because I had made my home here and had a really good time. So like when I was first going to college, remember Ethan? I forget his last name. He went to Brown and helped at USL. Um,
We connected with him when he because he graduated and he's in Atlanta now, but he helped arrange a tour for us when we went to Brown last month for the
Very
upper
cool.
school trip. Yeah, he's doing
Yeah, me and
good.
him, uh, we hung out during New Year's most recently. It was very random, but it was fun. But Ethan, I called him because I was like, I'm not going to the school that I want to, but I'm gonna go here anyways. I'm kind of locked in this position. And he told me, I think the best advice anyone's told me, and it's kind of common advice, but it's college is what you make of it. If you go in with the mindset like that you're gonna get a lot done and you like put yourself out there, I think that just it helps a lot. And like people talk about like the college experience, and I've never seen like one college experience. Like everyone has a very different time in college. Like it really is almost like a dangerous thought to think that you have to be like doing well in school and you have to be like work hard, play hard, like going to all these parties or like having like a ton of friends or something like that. Like it really is kind of a weird mentality, but like if you go out and you put yourself out there, it really can't hurt you. And that's just kind of what I did. And I have been on Senate all 4 years. I've been on Honor Council all 4 years. I joined IFC. I did stuff in my fraternity. And like those have only led to like great things. Like I feel very happy with my time here at Rhodes because I was able to like Like I can walk around campus, I can point at things that were like initiatives that I helped with on Senate. Like, oh, that walking path, like I helped with that. Or like we have these boxes with like outdoor equipment in it. I was like, that was my initiative. Like it feels good. And then honor council, it's just another way to be involved and help uphold the integrity of the college. Like joining clubs and organizations, I would say is paramount to like really embodying your college and like where you're at. And it helps make those support systems I was kind of talking about earlier. So that'd be my advice. Put yourself out there. It's hard to do, it's scary to do, but it's certainly worth it. And you will attract the people that you want in your life by doing that.
I had a question. So I've been kind of interested in going to Rhodes a little bit. So how could you talk about like the overall, I guess, daily life and the environment of the college?
Yeah, I mean it's beautiful. It's a beautiful campus. So like it's kind of a small thing, but also like I mean I've gotten kind of used to it, but like I'll have freshmen come onto campus and they're like, it's just so beautiful here. Like you get to live in like such a beautiful location. I kind of have forgotten about it, but I'll go and visit other colleges and be like, yeah, I'm glad I go to this place because it's nice. Um, the campus environment, like it's a lot of very smart people, like, and maybe that's at a lot of places, but like at Rose there is like I haven't really met any like dumb people. I know that sounds weird to say, but like it's a lot of kids who like have tried hard, and there's a lot of people who care about like community involvement. I would say that's a huge aspect of campus is like community service and being involved in the Memphis community. Like half my friends are part of like something called the Kinney program, but basically it's like a food bank. They host events all the time on campus. Like I help with the food pantry here. It just seems like everyone wants to be involved in some kind of way. Like my freshman year, it felt like everyone in the world ran for student government against me. Like people really loved being involved, and still do. Uh, Greek life is pretty heavy on campus. 50% of students are in a fraternity or sorority. Um, it's nothing like big state schools. Um, it's just because it's a smaller campus. But like that has been really fun. Like I've loved the fraternity that I'm in. It felt like a very good match for me. Um, Academics aren't super tough, but like you have to try hard. The professors are very caring, and like it is such a small school that like I'm very good friends with my professors. It's like a common Rhodes trope to like at some point like your professors will like invite the class over for dinner and like take your class out to dinner, like cook them dinner. Because it's just so small and people have those tight connections with their professors. You have a lot of agency of how you want to do things, which I've really, really enjoyed. Um, like like 3 months ago, I was like, the philosophy department has no cool merch. So I went to the head of the department. I was like, can we have something like cool instead of like this water bottle? She was like, if you want to do something, so I designed the hat for the philosophy department, this hat. Um, and like 2 months later, we had hats. Like it's just it's cool to be able to like you could never do that at almost any other college. And then like there's just unique things like the honor council is pretty unique. Most schools don't have a student run honor council, but it's cool to have like that peer accountability. Um, and there is a pretty like that is a big thing about Rhodes is that the honor code is very strong. So like I've never worried about having something stolen. I've never had something stolen while at college. Like I can leave my phone and wallet out and like I don't have to worry about it. A lot of the times you'll walk around campus and you'll see people's belongings on like the stones of the buildings, like earrings and jewelry, because people don't take it, they just leave it so the person can find it. Um, it's interesting, but I've gotten kind of used to it. But I think I don't value it enough anymore. But it is a very cool thing. Um, but yeah, I mean, like the people are nice. Like Memphis is cool. Rhodes really pitches itself as a college in an urban environment, but it doesn't very much feel like that, which somewhat is a criticism of Rhodes. They can be seen as like a gated community outside of real Memphis. But I've had plenty of opportunities to work in the city. Like I worked for the Congressman Cohen. So I would drive downtown and I would work there. It's cool. Like it is just a very interesting city. I like Charleston more because I can go and sail and go on the beach, and there's water that you can actually swim in. So I like that about Charleston. But the Memphis is cool for its history as well. Its music scene's really cool. The food's not bad. And yeah, I mean, like there are plenty of opportunities in Memphis. There's one of the largest city parks in the country. Shelby Farms is huge. It's massive. I work there. And that's another thing, like Rhodes has a lot of cool programs within the city. So like I did the summer service fellowship last summer, which was basically a Rhodes run fellowship where you can work for a nonprofit and Rhodes will pay you like $5,000 and you'll get free housing for the summer for like 3 months. And I did that. So I got paid, but the nonprofit doesn't pay me. So like Rhodes is doing service for the community around it. And then I get to hang out at Rhodes for free and work at Shelby Farms. It was a really good deal. It was very fun. Just it was a very nice summer where I got to read a lot. I got to go to the pool a lot. I got to go to a huge park and talk to forest rangers, basically park rangers, all day. So there's a lot that you can do while at Rhodes. It has a lot of opportunities. I'm trying to think about cons. Cons of the school would be like how small it can be. It can feel very like some people like I don't know how to put this. Like people hold each other accountable. So if like you mess up, everyone knows about it, I guess. Um and that can be a very good thing at some points. But I don't know, like it can get a little frustrating where it's like there can the talk can go around the whole campus real quick. Which hasn't always been my favorite, but like it's also never like really bothered me. Um, trying to think about other things that might be bad. Food's okay. I've never met a college that had good people where the students like the food. Um, but the food actually can be pretty good sometimes. Just every once in a while, it's not the best. I'm trying to give you like a holistic picture, not to like give you the perfect pitch and try and sell you to give you the reality of it. But like come tour, it's a great place. Like I think you would do very well at some place like Rhodes. And it's just it kind of depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for like a small school, liberal arts school, that will give you a good education and that will probably give you a pretty good setup for like internships while you're here in the city, while also having like some part of your academic career being community service oriented, then like yeah, I think it would be a good fit. Just kind of depends what you're looking for.
Um, really, one more thing. Um, how do you think the going to college classes at CFC, like, do you think the college classes at CFC were harder or easier than Rhodes?
Yeah, I mean, I would say they were, I don't know. I think objectively they were easier classes, but I think I was younger. And when I took those classes, like I was in 10th grade and a junior in high school, and like I think it was harder for me to like do as well, I guess, if that makes sense. And at Rhodes, like the classes are a little bit harder. It also depends on your major. Like philosophy classes are very hard for some people, but they've never been super hard for me. Um, but I mean, I took a philosophy class at CFC and I got an A minus in it, and I haven't gotten a A minus in any philosophy class at Rhodes. So maybe CFC is sneakily hard. But I also just was younger. So I would say like it's probably a little bit harder at Rhodes. Just I think it's a little bit of a different academic culture.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if you have any questions about Rhodes, you can always text me or call me or email me. Anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, what is like a Greek life like in general?
Yeah. I guess for fraternities, I mean I was on IFC, so I was involved pretty heavily with Greek life, like more than the average person, I guess. It's not as scary. Like I didn't want to join a fraternity when I went to college because I hear a lot of those like very scary stories about state schools and like pledgeship being like awful. And I decided to rush because I met a group of guys that I really, really enjoyed and were very like-minded of individuals. Like they were all like in student government. Like when I was rushing, like the president and the vice president were Sigma Nu, and same with the president of allocations and the president of honor. It was kind of weird. They called it Sigma Coup because everyone was in student government and Sigma Nu. It was kind of funny. But they were all like very interested in being involved, and that's the type of people I wanted to be around. A lot of them were going to med school. Like we had the highest GPA on campus, we still do. Not to try and pitch Sigma Nu to you, but like it was a good group for me to be in terms of like it's more of an academic frat, really. Like we throw parties, people love going to Sigma Nu parties from what I can tell. And like it's a fraternity, so it's mainly just like a social organization and you have fun. Um, but like there is very much like a academic side of the fraternity that I'm in. Some fraternities are more fratty. It's kind of like this huge divide at Rhodes of like there's the nerdy frats and there's the fratty frats. Um, and Sigma Nu is more of the nerdy fraternity, which I've just have enjoyed. We'll have like board game night where we play like Settlers of Catan or stuff like that. Like it's just a group of guys and it's fun. But like you can find different things. Like some are more sports oriented, like K-Sig's more soccer, ATO is going to be more baseball. It is pretty easy to rush. A lot of people do it. It's a good way to find like a good friend group freshman year. I would recommend it to most people. Um, but like it's also not as toxic as other fraternities I've seen at like state schools where I can go to whatever fraternity party I could go to an ATO party. I'm friends with all of the ATOs. Like I don't hate any of them because they're in a different fraternity. At state schools, you couldn't. If I was in a Sigma Nu fraternity at Ole Miss, they would never let me into another frat party, which is fine. But I think I do like that culture at Rhodes where like everyone does know each other. Like when you see someone who is touring campus, you can super easily identify them. Like if you ever come visit, Dylan, people will immediately know that you don't go to college here. Not because of the way you're dressed or anything, but because like you're just not a face anyone's seen. Um, which I do like. I do like knowing like I walk around on campus and I waved at pretty much everyone that I pass because I know them and I'm friends with them. So like Greek life is cool in that like way where you can find your little niche and you're very close, but you're still good friends with all the other fraternities. And you can still go to their parties. You can still enjoy it. And then pledgeship just depends on the fraternity, and it's no one's people don't really haze at Rhodes, which is nice. Like you hear those horror stories, and that's why I rushed because I thought I wasn't gonna get hazed or like have to do things that I didn't want to, which is a problem with a lot of Greek life and cultures around the U.S.
Is it true? And this might just be for like state schools, but is it true that you have to like pay to be in frats?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a criticism of fraternities is you're paying for your friends. Yeah, you have dues every semester and you have to pay to do the rush process. At Rhodes, trying to think, sororities, it's really expensive. Which I didn't realize until later. But like Sigma Nu, it's like $600 a semester. Maybe 500. It's just around that price range. And that's I think on the lower side for most Greek life. When they get bigger schools, it would be more because it's just a bigger house and there's a lot more stuff going on. So yeah, you have to pay.
This has been interesting because it's you charted out from USL to the skills that you picked up that you really relied on, and now like your familiarity with pretty much everyone on this Zoom. I know from scanning the participant list, your another strength's coming out, which is you're connected well to everybody, and being able to I mean Dylan's 5 years younger than you, I think. Yeah, and like I think that's really neat, and I think that's a real gift for going out into work too. Your piece about the Naval Academy, because I remember like the Merchant Marine Academy wasn't something you got an appointment for, but you weren't up for, and that was a tough moment. That piece has gotten Miss Peck and Miss Haas here. We use the frame. It's like a lottery for the most competitive schools. But what you said that Ethan shared with you is what we say here too, which is, oh my gosh, you bring all these things to the table. You're more equipped than anyone to make the most out of college that you can. And so just, that's really neat. And it's neat to see that you embrace that. And so a lot of my favorite things about you have come out in these 30 minutes that we've been together. You're just really good at connecting with people, and you'd be proud. A lot of the people in this room now are also really good and are inspiring to middle schoolers and intermediate school students here on campus. And that's a forever thing,
Yeah.
Wow. So Will, you're graduating next month. You're going to come by at all? We always love you coming by. You're pretty good about coming by a couple times every semester.
Yeah, no, I mean, I should. I think you guys will be out though by the time I come back.
Oh my gosh, we get out. I think it's the 21st is upper school graduation. So then it's like the 23rd of May would be our last day, that Wednesday when we do the luge and
I might
everything.
be back then. I know my graduation, I think, is May 16th or something like that. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So right around that same time.
Yeah.
And I know that you said it to Dylan, but anyone who's here always knows we can get you in touch with Will, or Dylan can, or a lot of the people here can.
Yeah.
And we're excited about your last 5 or 6 weeks, and looking forward to seeing you soon, and grateful for your sharing some of your lunchtime with us today.
Yeah, of course, I was happy to. It's good seeing everyone.
Awesome. All right. Well, Courtney, we're out.
Thank you.
All right.